if you're a Sagittarius born November 22nd to December 21st, what can you expect for the month of April 2018? Let's tune in and find out. So you can get everything that you want this month, but you're going to have to just slow down, and timing's a big thing. So it's like blowing up a balloon, right? It's like you blow and then you stop. And you blow, and then you stop. And you blow it, right? And then you've got to be cautious that you don't get too much air in that, or just all blows up inside, blows up all over your face. So it's like that. It's that rhythm of blowing up and paying attention, blowing up and paying attention, catching your breath, taking a moment, taking your time. So it's this ebb and flow that's happening for you, and in doing so, you're just going to have, it'll be more relaxing. It's not going to be strenuous, and you'll really start to be a little more sensitive to the dynamics of what's going on around you, right? And you guys are already pretty sensitive, but it's going to give you more information about your environment and where people are at with you. If you just kind of take a break every now and then, notice, push, stop, push, stop, push, stop, right? And by doing so, it's going to help you dial in perfectly so that you get the results that you're looking for. All right, well, let's start first with romantic connections, right? For those of you that are in a coupled romantic relationship, let's see what's in store for you for the month of April. So I feel like you may need some patience with your partner, and primarily it's, by Sag's nature, you guys like to be fluid, you like to be moving, you like to be on the go, and I feel like this month you may feel a little bit weighed down by your partner, either the way they're doing things, or you might feel they're dragging their feet, or they're being indecisive, or they're not giving you an answer. And part of that is just kind of the frenetic energy of the communication that we're in with this Mercury retrograde. But I do feel like you find it a little annoying, so it's going to require some patience on your end. And just the other thing you can do is just ask more direct questions from your partner in a really gentle way. By when will you have the answer? Or by when will you know? Or by when could I expect you to go? And you still may not get the answer you want. They may still say, I don't know. That's what I'm telling you, right? So it's one of these things you just want to chill out, be more relaxed, and you guys are really pretty good at being chill. But even you might get your dander up with this kind of energy. So just be aware, especially these first couple of days in April might be a little more frenetic or a little bit more, dicey. But as you move on in the month, it definitely feels like it's a little bit more relaxed. We do have the retrograde ends April 15th, and communication starts to get clear, and we're back kind of like in that easy breezy flow with one another. Now, romantically, it feels like there's you're being asked to take care of each other. Taking care of your partner, finding a way to take care of them, and them taking care of you. So I feel like towards the end of the month, there's this connection of you supporting their partner and the partner supporting you. And even if it's something that you verbally have to talk about and say, how can I support you? How can you support me? Is a great way to kind of realign the relationship and put you back on track or deepen what you already have created. So it might be just a nice conversation to have over a nice meal, or to be able to just sit under the stars and really look deeply into one another and say, what do you need from me, and what can I do for you? And let's look at really helping one another. And I really feel this depth that opens up in the relationship towards the end of the month, and both of you getting your needs met. Okay, so let's look at single Sages and what you can expect for the month of April. So you may have to control your jealousy. It may be that there's something that you want that somebody else gets. It may be that you're irritated that you can't get this person to pay attention to you, or that they're giving you a perceived brush off. Early in the month, I wouldn't give it any energy at all, right? I would let the jealousy go. I would just chalk it up to, it's just a retrograde thing. I'm not going to give it any energy. And I think the more that you can let it go, you'll get settled into your own energy, and you'll become more grounded, and the dust will settle around you. And then I see this perfect sort of scenario unfolding in front of you that is just fun and free and synergistic, and the two of you connecting with each other on a level that works for you. And I feel like that's around April 17th, April 20th. So I definitely feel there's an opportunity for you to connect and be seen and heard in a real, in the way that you want to be seen, right? So I do feel like love can happen for you this month. It's just having some patience, letting the dust settle, not getting jealous about what you don't have or what somebody else has, and just really relaxing and taking care of yourself the first couple of weeks. And then the dust is going to settle and the doors will open, and you're really going to see something that you like. Okay, let's move into career and romance for Sagittarius for the month of April. So I do feel like there's things that you need to get catch up on, problems from the past or things that you have a solution to that you haven't been able to implement yet. And I feel like there's all these things that you want to do that you haven't gotten to yet, that's going to make the business better, or that's going to make you better, or that's going to make your company better, or your employees better, or the situations better. So I feel like you have all these ideas, but you haven't had a chance to implement them. And the first couple of weeks, I definitely feel like there's an opportunity to get some of these things done that haven't been done to date. The challenge becomes as you want to move faster, then you're allowed. Like you're like, oh, I wanted this done 6 months ago, and I feel that frustration. Like, why is it taking so long? Why is it not happening? And so you're just going to have to temper that, and just know that what, you've got perfect timing, and get it out of your head, because your time frame isn't the divine timing, right? So you want to have divine timing and just trusting that the timing is absolutely perfect and not worrying about it. And I think if you can do that, you'll be more in the flow, you'll be happier, and things will just congeal much better without you kind of hovering why it isn't going fast enough. So if you can just let go, everything then starts to fall into place. And by the end of April, you're going to see that, things are right on point, they're right on time, and you're ready to go. And May is just this huge, it's kind of like a production, then it all comes together. It'd be like if you were preparing to put on a play, and then in May, it comes together, right? It's this beautiful production that works out perfectly. So just temper yourself, Sagittarius, and it's going to be fine. Now, as far as the money goes, I do feel like there's, some weight, some problem, some challenge. It feels a little bit like a ball and a chain. It could be your monthly mortgage. It could be your monthly nut. It could be just the amount of money that you have to spend. But it feels like this weight, this ball and chain. I do feel like it's up to you not to have that sink you. And I think that part of it is just shifting the mentality for yourself about how you want your future to look. Because the other thing is, I've seen all this gold around you, and you've got this big black ball that's taking you down, but you're surrounded by gold. So that lets me know that a part of it is yeah, you don't like paying that much in taxes. Yeah, you don't like, paying that much for rent. Yeah, you don't like paying that much for an employee, but you've got plenty of money to do it, right? So it's kind of like a little bit of like get over it kind of energy, or a little bit about like, listen, it's co-creative, so create it differently. Just love your life the way it is showing up. And if you can love your life the way it's showing up, that ball and chain shrinks, and it makes it smaller, and it makes it manageable, and it shrinks it down to just like a shark's tooth that you put in your pocket, and you go, yeah, it is what it is. It's just, it's just the way I handle it, right? So it's you having control of your own emotions around your money. And I think that's just you choosing to look at it differently. If you can't choose it, then there will be an opportunity towards the end of the month to co-create it differently, so you can get yourself out of a financial situation or a rut that feels like it's a dead end for you. And there's a lot of opportunity to do that in May in being able to generate more money and generate more income. Okay, so let's look and see about your health, Sagittarius. Anything new for your health? Yeah, I feel like some of you maybe need to hit the gym. Like it's time for you to like take care of yourself. It's time for you to be able to put in some real effort for your physicality, consistency. So there's something that you're missing. So maybe you're somebody who does weights all the time, but you don't do cardio. Or you're somebody who does cardio all the time, or you don't do weights. Or you're somebody who does none of that because you're too busy. So I feel like there's some imbalance that's going on with you and exercise, or the way you take care of yourself. Or maybe you're exercising, but you're not eating right. Or you're eating right, but you're not exercising. So there's something that's off in what you're doing, that you're being asked to do both, to do it all, to take care of it all. And for some of you, it may be like, listen, I've got this indigestion and go take care of it, or I've got this tightness in my chest, go see a doctor, right? So it's really about fine tuning what's going on in your body and paying attention to it and not ignoring the signs anymore. So you're being asked not to ignore signs and go to the doctor or get to the health practitioner, or to just start taking care of yourself in a way that you know you're supposed to. So the time is given to you this month to be able to do that and get on track and to make sure that everything is copacetic. And I think that if you start doing that, you're going to feel better. You're going to operate at a higher level because that little worry won't be there, or that little nagging, I should be doing this, I should be doing that. And is going to be diminished so that you can actually operate at a higher level. All right, you guys, let's just see if there's now anything about the month that you need to be aware of that hasn't shown up, right? Something, any surprises for you for the month of April. Yeah, okay, great. It's happy. It's like being happy even with how things look. That would be a surprise for you. Like happiness, even though my daughter's dating this jerk, or happiness, even though, you know, my ex-wife wants this from me, or happiness, even though my ex-husband is trying to take the kids from me, or happiness because my boss is, you know, in spite of, you know, docking my pay and whatever, or in spite of not having a job, right? Whatever the difficulties are, it's an opportunity for you to be happy no matter what's going on in your life. And you actually are able to do that. That's what I'm saying, that you're actually able to accept everything, all the circumstances of your life, and still be happy. So I feel like there's this big injection of happiness for you in April that allows you to rise above the circumstances, and that you can share that happiness with others. And it just is really, it's buoyant. It's a buoyant energy. It allows you to lift your spirits and at the same time get a lot more done. All right, Sagittarius, have an amazing month. Enjoy April. Thank you for viewing and watching. I appreciate it when you click like or when you share with your friends. And I look forward to seeing you again next month. Have a great month.